Bienvenidos, ladies and gentlemen, onto the vase. Soy Francisco Frank Garcia, El Segundo, the Black Latin Prince, here on location once again at the Curtis Museum, 14034 West McNichols between Schaefer and Hubble, right here in the magnificent city of Detroit. And we're continuing our series of interviews with the members of the Detroit Historic Musicians Association. And with me, I have two of the members of our three-member horn section. Unfortunately, one of our horn members, Mr. Arden Boland, is facing serious challenges right now, and he's got responsibilities that he must attend to, which precludes him from being with us, but we will keep him in our prayers. And we want to introduce to you and reintroduce to others two of the greatest horn players that this city, that this region, that the Midwest part of the United States, that the earth itself has ever seen. To my right, we have Mr. Dennis Maurice Moji Reese Garcia. And next to him, we have the legendary Thomas Hale. Welcome to the program, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now, Tom, I want to start with you.
Okay.
Tell us about your history. You and I, we share. We go way back. Matter of fact, before my brother even started playing with us, when he and I were still singing together, you were playing horn with us in a group originally called Sagan. And if you want to know what the original name was, you say Sagan backwards and you'll get what it was. And that group was formed by Mr. Shelton Hill, and we had like 22 pieces. It was truly an orchestral effort. And Tom and I and these other guys, we used to wear these one-piece black jumpsuits. We had a tremendous froze, and we used to drive the women wild on stage. You know, they said 22 good-looking African-American men, they didn't know how to do it, So they used to throw money at us, and, we used to get paid double for any gig we did. But anyway, Tom, let's start out the beginning of your career. How did you actually start out playing music?
Well, I started playing music in junior high, but what really got me involved in music, my mother used to take me to the Paradise Theater to see all the different entertainers that came into town. And when we used to watch those entertainers and people would go crazy when they were performing, I said, that's what I wanted to do. So I think that's when I really got started with music by the influence of my mother. But then when I actually started playing, it was in junior high school at Garfield Middle School.
Yeah.
Junior high at that time.
Originally started playing sax?
I originally started playing the clarinet, and one of the people that were mentioned earlier was Rudy Robinson. And me and Rudy went to Garfield Junior High together, and at that time, I don't think many people really knew that Rudy's name at that time was Rudolph Proctor, and he played clarinet. And so they used to have his talent shows, and Rudy always played the clarinet as well as the piano at that time. So, and at that time in my life, there was so many great musicians around. I mean, Garfield, also on to Northeastern High School. I mean, it was so many great entertainers, and I think I just got the bug from just being around. So many fabulous musicians. So that made me say, well, this is what I want to do: make my life out as being a great musician. And so I've been trying ever since to do that.
Well, I think you've more than accomplished it. But of course, I'm just an expert. What do I know?
Yeah, but I've had the privilege of working with so many stars, or people that you have mentioned names. I remember going back to the Warfield Theater, where the Midnighters, the Royal Jokers, used to have a Tuesday night talent show, and I used to try to go to as many of those as I can. I remember Marv Johnson was one of the first acts that Motown had. I was with him, and me and Barrett Strong was in a social club together. And when he come out with Money, well, we were about 18 and 19 years old at that time. And I didn't really appreciate the song until much later, because it really say, your love give me such a thrill, but your love don't pay my bills. I got to the point in my life where I really could understand that. I didn't understand it when Barry Strong sung it, but I do now.
Yeah.
But as far as music, I've been very fortunate to play with so many artists. I mean, so many. But I think one of the greatest things is being born in this area, because this area was full of so many great entertainers, and it's just like a hand-me-down. I mean, we just keep coming through. And this in my experience, it was before Motown. Paradise Theater and all that was before Motown. And Detroit has always had great entertainers here. And another name was mentioned, Norma Whitfield. Like Norma Whitfield used to live upstairs over me in an apartment on Gladstone. He used to try to get me to get with Motown, but I didn't. I wasn't smart enough to get with Motown because I didn't think that they were going to be such a big force in the music world. But see, sometimes if I wish I had some hindsight, I would have been right in there at the ground floor. But I did actually have a chance to play with a whole lot of Motown entertainers, Four Tops, the Temptations, the Miracles, Supremes, not only Motown, some other acts around here. I mean, I heard them mention the Magic Tones, the Peps, the Funkadelics, so many artists. And I'm still with it, so I'm glad to still be around playing music.
Well, we are extremely blessed to have you, and there's no there's no denying what you add to the mix.
Well, thank you.
And between you and my brother here and Artie Bowling, it's like, I mean, I'm very hard to impress. As much as I've done in my life, as many places as I've been, as many people as I've seen, as much as I've experienced, I am extremely, extremely hard to impress. But every time you and Mo and Artie get together and start playing, man, it just sends shivers up and down my spine. I immediately think about the barcades and the marquees. The marquees was Booker T's horn section. Okay. And then the barcades was Otis's rhythm section, who emulated the marquees and Booker T because those were their mentors. But I think about Tower Power.
Oh yeah.
I think about Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think about Chicago, and I think we're in the process of doing something that has not been done in a long time, and especially not the way that we're planning on doing it. And speaking of